And welcome back to my channel. My name is Krista and I'm doing your May 2019 general tarot reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope that you enjoyed your April reading. We're doing a 5-card reading today. Of course, I'll be getting the bottom of the deck card for general energy for the month. And then, of course, getting jumper cards from our oracle decks here for any additional messages for you, Leo, for the month of May. So this is for Leo's Sun, Leo Moon, and Leo Rising signs. So there's the Nine of Pentacles. That's a really beautiful, nice, independent card there. You could be in a really great position to make a move to the next level of something, to take the next step. You could be feeling really comfortable and confident here. Nine of Pentacles is not only independent energy, but you're probably independently wealthy or well off or an independent worker, that type of thing. And that just could be a message for just one or two Leos out there, or we could see it pop up in the reading today. So messages for Leo for May 2019. Here we go, folks. All right, so just off the bat, I just want to say that there's just a stunning array of energy here for you. Bottom of the deck, we're dealing with two queens here in your reading, a king and a messenger, which is the knight. So you could be dealing with the following signs, okay? So sometimes, depending on which Leo is watching and what you're currently going through, obviously this is a general reading. That being said, if you want a personal reading, contact me. My details are in the description for this video below. But for some, many, or even all Leos, you could be encountering the following zodiac signs in the month of May that could play a fairly important, could be of fair importance for you that month. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn, a Taurus, a Libra, or you could be dealing with a Pisces. So a few different zodiac signs showing up here. We're going to look first, as I always do, at what kind of energy each card is bringing just of its own accord. So here we have the card of Libra. Of course, the King of Swords is the Aquarius. So we're dealing with somebody very closely associated with this Justice card here, right? Libran energy, 7th house energy, partnerships, relationships, that type of thing. It could be also, as you know, evidenced here in the Justice card, as you know, the scales of justice, making the right decision, telling the truth. The Queen of Swords kind of gets a little bit of a bad rap sometimes, just like I guess all of the court cards in the air is just being no BS. This person isn't going to spare anyone's feelings for the sake of truth, but you can count on this person telling the truth. Also, Leo, I do want to mention as well, if you aren't dealing with these particular characters as zodiac signs in the month of May for you, this could represent you in the month of May, or it could be telling you what kind of energy you need to draw upon in order to move ahead, or what could be helpful for you. So, yeah, this person, you know, this queen has seen and done everything. She's been there, okay? We also have this gorgeous, large, wise owl here, so she is full of wisdom. There's a nice, cold energy when it comes to justice and the anything related to Libra, for example. Even though they're partnership and relationship motivated, they have an instinct to stand back and assess all points or all arguments, as it were. So this person or this energy could be someone who's taking their time in trying to come up with the right answer, trying to look at all the data, trying to for example, coldly assess a relationship. So this is bottom of the deck energy for you. Of course, all that means is it's essentially what all of the other cards or this reading is going to tie into. We also have the Emperor and the Chariot right under that. I couldn't help but pull those. So sitting right under the bottom of the deck energy card, we have a Cancer. So you could be dealing with a Cancer as well, and you could be dealing with an Aries. So someone who's the boss. Again, this could be you. Someone who's the boss, someone in the driver's seat who knows where they're going and knows how to get there. And then I know exactly what to say to get my needs met. So this is very, very strong energy for you. We do have, so we did have the Emperor and the Chariot that I pulled as additional bottom of the deck energy for the month for you. And then we have a Justice, so a major arcana in your reading here today. So again, so with the, so this would be, believe it or not, the kings represent all of the, not the cardinal, that's the queen. So the queen, we know, for example, this is Capricorn. The king is the, not the mutable, the fixed. Thank you. So the King of Pentacles with regard to mutable, fixed, and cardinal energies. We're dealing with some cardinal as well as fixed energy here. So there could be some movements around a style or a value system that you have here that you're trying to switch up, or creating some shifts or movements around something that you thought perhaps was fixed that you need to be a little bit more malleable about. It's just something I'm throwing in there that I'm seeing with these two cards opposite of a water sign here. But essentially we're dealing with a lot of value systems. These are individuals or in your environment, or you, Leo, who are extremely adept at money making, saving money, investing money, growing value, growing assets, innovation. So investing in innovation. So growth and, you know, assets and investments are very much featured here as well. Because we do have Justice right above and we're dealing with another Libra energy card here, this could have to do with something around relationships, home owning, assets, value systems in general. It could have to do with the splitting of these assets as well, if any of you Leos are undergoing any type of shifts. Like I said, right, we're dealing with something that's fixed here, and then something that is cardinal. So something who's willing to make a move, to take a chance here. Also, the Messenger of Water or the Knight of Water is someone who is basically a hopeless romantic, someone who has their heart in their sleeve, not necessarily a bad thing. And then this gorgeous Ace of Cups here always represents, you know, a new beginning of the heart, understanding yourself, coming back to the basics, you know, but it's a very loving, generous, hopeful card. And I often see this as a very, you know, basic source energy card. There's a lot of pure love and, you know, an expressive love here on an emotional level. So these are actually all very lovely together. I see a lot of growth here for you. Let us see what each card means in its particular position. I am doing a winds of change spread for you. So in the original position in the north, how the change is associated with your physical being or resources. So yeah, 100%. Like when I say assets and values, it could even be not necessarily value systems, for example, as this is a general reading. Again, apply to however your situation suits it. But not only values, but value systems. So yes, totally. Physical being or resources. If, for example, you had been unwell physically for the past little while, you will see enormous improvements in your physical health. So justice in this position this is how it's going to play out. So something will be made known. Something will also be fair, right? It's all about balance. So seeking balance, applying balance, achieving balance. This is going to be a major theme for you in the month of May. In the East, what challenges, opportunities, or problems that it may bring. So like I said, here's where we're looking at doing a little bit of switching up. Here's where we're dealing with a little bit of cardinal energy, growing something new. But again, you're not starting from the beginning. We're dealing with kings and queens here, right, Leo? We're dealing with, you know, very mature energy. This is something that has already grown past perhaps some of the hard work and hard investments, and now maybe you're just reaping the reward of those opportunities or projects. But this is where it's going to be met. You're going to want to grow even more, or you're going to be receiving even more from it, more value, or a kickback, investment, income, that type of thing, from whatever this Justice card represents for you in the change position here, the association around change. It could be something, honestly, Leo, is something as simple as a relationship, right? That's it. Splitting up assets, developing assets, reorganizing assets, together as a couple. That could be a theme for you as well. In the South, the changes effect on your plans or projects, how you will be inspired. Listen, there's just no going wrong with the Ace of Cups. This is pure inspiration. This is pure love. It could be, the spark of spiritual, or I hesitate to say religious, but I mean, it could be a very profound spark of intuition, that guides you to the next level. You could be taken by surprise by something here, the way that something feels for you, but the change's effect on your plans is going to be extremely positive. It's going to feel like a gift from above. Here is what emotional reactions or experiences you can expect. This is the top of the line, right? I mean, you can expect to feel like the boss and in pure control of the situation. Like, you know exactly what to do, and you're going to be rewarded for this. So what can you expect with this change? Feeling like a winner, feeling amazing, feeling as like your problems are solved. Just a stunning reading for you this month, Leo. And then finally, in the center, we have something you need to know about the nature of the change. I think this is going to change the way that you feel, the way that your heart beats about something or someone or about a situation. The way that it will affect the nature of the change is that you will develop a new language of love here. So this is really quite stunning. I love seeing these cards out for you. Let's get your oracles here for any additional messages for you, Leo. I mean, honestly, we're not looking at any trouble here, any holdups. There's absolutely nothing in the way. You are on top of things. You're feeling positive, and good for you. It's really, really gorgeous to see this for you in the month of May. Self-acceptance. I mean, we all need to hear this. We all need to be reminded of this. I think if there's any element of perhaps comparison this month between, say, you and someone else in your life, or even you and the person you used to be, maybe just let that be. Maybe just, unless you're better today than you were yesterday and it's all about you, then say, I'm so much better today than I was, and give yourself credit and praise for that. Try not to compare yourself to others or put others down, especially if you are succeeding. There could be an element of impatience with other people, but just remember that you had to come from a certain place as well, and maybe help other people, give them a hand up, or give them, some support at this time, because you're already doing so well. So you certainly do accept yourself. If there's anything that is outstanding, however, here, Leo, and you're unable to accept something about yourself, you're being called on to pay attention to that this month. Here we have dog out of the medicine card deck, and of course this is loyalty. The only caveat whenever I see the dog is that, as we know in the real world with actual dogs, they are loyal almost to their deaths, okay? And, to their deaths. And so I think this could be both a beautiful story and a warning. As with anything here, right? Whatever you're going through, apply accordingly. So the dog is all about loyalty. You want people loyal to you. You want to be loyal to yourself, loyal to your dreams, your values, right? Remember, though, depending on what is going on for any particular Leo, that, loyalty, if the price is too high, you have to cut those losses. So by the book, an orphaned jumped out of the wisdom of the oracle deck. I will take them both. Orphaned, yeah, so it could be, depending on your level of success here, and this happens to a lot of very successful people at some of the richest, wealthiest Okay, individuals in the world will tell you, look, it's not money that gave me freedom. It's not money that gave me happiness. There could even be something that you won here or accomplished or was awarded or figured out, etc. It occurred in your favor. Everything looks tickety-boo. What's the real problem here? But for some reason, it didn't fulfill something for you. There's something still, beneath it all or underneath or, lurking or unresolved here around an orphaned issue or feeling orphaned. You could have had to drop someone out of your environment or crew, as it were, and they were orphaned. Or you could feel left out of a circle that you were involved in, or a theme or phase or predicament or group that you were involved in, and now you're not involved with that anymore, even though you've achieved some type of success or goal here. So like I said, even with a great deal of success, no matter who you are, it doesn't necessarily fill all the gaps. So if you are feeling a little bit let down for whatever reason, or just feeling in general that I thought this would fulfill me, but it doesn't, I think that could be normal. Just try to let that pass. And then buy the book. You really want to follow things tickety-boo this month. The law book, the rule book, if you have to get from A to E in a series or a process, for example, and you think that you can skip a couple of steps, like B, C, E I wouldn't go do that. I would go buy the book. I would go as established, keep to established methods. Don't get off track. Remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing if you need to here. This seems to be the only tripped up place for you here, and it just could be something just to sort of warn you or to give you sort of a heads up that this may occur for you. And it could be someone in your environment as well. Okay, so we had 3 jump out. I might as well take them. Past life relationship, you have known each other before. That is always a heavy karmic card for me. So and of course these are romance angels, so they're about relationships and romance. If you don't have that in your life, you can apply that to your creative expressions and intentions. So something where you have, that keeps coming up, or you need to produce or create, for example, this is very old, it's very karmic. Separation, time apart from your partner, is on the horizon. You'll notice here, for example, that they're longing for each other. So I don't think it's necessarily a breakup. I just do think that there's going to be maybe something where you're going to take a break from each other for a short period, and then it's backed up by the retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. That can be you and the other person, and that can just be you taking a step back from something. So I do feel strongly that this does have something to do here with both of these cards that are adding just a tad bit of perhaps, contemplation. Just take a look at what those energies mean for you this month. Make sure that you are fulfilled in all areas of your life and not strictly, in the heart and in the finances, although that is a beautiful place to start. So Leo, that is your reading for May 2019. I hope that you enjoyed that. Check out your moon and rising sign videos as well. Until the next time, take excellent care. Bye for now.